The zeitgeist of the modern pop song. This major practical project focuses upon music in the top 40 from the beginning of 2019 to date. For the purposes of this project, I've narrowed my focus to the popular music genre, specifically pop, which will not include any other songs in the charts such as hip-hop, rap, or R&B. I'm investigating the songwriting characteristics and techniques used in this style of music only, to ultimately reproduce and create a song in the modern pop style. However, to do this, I will have to do extensive research and analysis of some of the major pop artists currently in the top 40. My curiosity of the current top 40 was born out of a realisation that the modern pop song's highly formulaic nature is possibly as a direct result of the digital age we now live in. This has had a direct impact upon the music industry. An example could be illegal downloads, including the youth culture that is now constantly connected through social media or Google or some other platform. The introduction of the personal computer and music software enabled Joe Bloggs to make music in his basement and release it on the World Wide Web without permission or backing. A self-proclaimed UK artist doesn't need the big three, an AR person, or have to go through the red tape of registering their music in other countries before it can be released and heard in, say, America. They can literally record at home and release on YouTube for the entire world to hear, if they so choose to listen. Perhaps an oversimplification of a successful artist, but exemplified to illustrate that the music industry monopoly is somewhat dead. Anyone with a computer, music software, a bit of creativity and technological know-how can release music to the public. However, the bigger issue has been illegal downloading of music. There are those in society that if they don't have to pay, they won't, and don't see it as stealing from the artist or the record companies. As a result, it seems that this is probably one of the reasons for what could be deemed as formulaic pop, born out of an industry that now needs a fast turnover of hits to make the music business more profitable. However, not just because of the accessibility of music software and an increase in basement home studios, but because of its impact upon today's youth culture and the music industry. However, the use of the term zeitgeist, which if properly defined, states the spirit or mood of a particular period in history as shown by the ideas and beliefs of the time. Different examples could be literature, and those novels that have captured the zeitgeist and spirit of the times at the time of publication, like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, To Kill a Mockingbird, The Feminine Mystique, Revolutionary Road, and so forth, all of which captured the imagination of the generation of baby boomers by incorporating their changing values and norms, for example, social and political issues of the time. A different historical example could be Woodstock, the festival that captured the zeitgeist of the late 1960s, peace and love, or politics and war. My final point in the introduction is that perhaps modern pop music captures the zeitgeist of the teenage experience, if not the objective reality of the 2010s period in history. The lyric writing process. Lyrical themes. The biggest lyrical theme across all genres would have to be love. But what kind of love? Are they falling in love? Is it spiritual love? Perhaps love at first sight? Or the unfortunate but oh so common unrequited love? What about love that can transcend all things negative, such as unconditional love? Generally, the genre of music will determine the type of love we might focus upon. For example, unrequited, obsessive love can be dark, perhaps suited to an alternative style. Spiritual love fits well with the gospel genre. But what about falling in love or sexual desire? Typically, for the young, this mostly happens while socialising with friends, out partying, or on a dance floor. Therefore, this would be a good starting point for perhaps rap, hip-hop, dance, or pop music. However, lyrical themes can cross over into all genres. It is simply a good place to start. Here is a list of lyrical themes that I jotted down while deciding on a direction for the modern pop song I want to write. You may have noticed an asterisk next to two of the themes, identity crisis and unrequited love. Ultimately, I settled upon the latter and based this pop song on someone seeing it as a hooking up type of relationship, though the other person wants something more permanent. Brainstorming. So at this stage of the process, I realised that although I knew the situation surrounding the lyrical theme of unrequited love, I hadn't yet decided on the core message of the song. This is crucial. It will determine the title and main hook of the chorus. This required my thinking out the box to start the creation of a core message for a song in the modern pop genre. My research took me to Rawlinson's Business and Economics, Creative Thinking and Brainstorming, which is a practical book targeting the managers of big corporations to improve problem solving creatively in the workplace. He sets out systematic procedures for organising effective brainstorming sessions, evaluating the ideas produced, and introducing the brainstorming approach into any organisation. Nevertheless, it is an excellent resource for any sector or person looking to identify potential barriers to creativity. The area I found most useful was in identifying two separate kinds of thinking, one being analytical and the other being creative. This seems obvious, but how many of us actively choose a mindset before approaching a task? This really helped my songwriting process in this project. For example, analytical thinking is usually based upon logic that is unique with few answers, convergent and vertical in its methods. That is an analytical approach that I used in the analysis of the modern pop song, identifying common characteristics and techniques. Whereas creative thinking utilises imagination with many possible answers, it's divergent and lateral in its approach that can be used to remove self-imposed barriers and quickly become a creative songwriter and a new style of music. This resource has helped me switch between analysis thinking and into creative thinking at will, which has been utilised throughout the entire process of this project. The song title. So at this stage of the process, I realised that although I knew the situation surrounding the lyrical theme of unrequited love, I hadn't yet decided on the core message of the song. This is crucial. It will determine the title and main hook of the chorus. Beale, pop hit songwriter, producer and industry executive, describes song titles as, "A lot can go wrong between coming up with a title and completing a song. A strong title immediately puts the most important components of a hit song into place by ensuring there is a concept and a point of view that will make both the song and artist identifiable. Conversely, songs with weak titles usually contain fatal flaws. A bland or vague title invariably reveals a song with little or no concept." Beale is a fabulous writer that gets straight to the point, using great examples to illustrate a core message, similar to the advice he gave in how to produce songs that sell by utilising a clear concept. For the song title, I decided to return to Rawlinson's 2017 method of brainstorming and using a lateral approach where anything goes, allowing myself the freedom to just write it all down on a sheet of paper. It doesn't have to look pretty or organised. It's an exercise that allows little gems of creativity to show up. The chorus, main hook development. The title is essentially a shorter version of the main hook in the chorus. Average song titles will range from one word to say 5. The shorter the better, purely because it's more memorable. The song title can then be elaborated on in the chorus simply by extending it by a few more words. Again, keep it to the point. Short phrases are easier to remember. I decided upon the title of Call Me Baby for this pop song, a concept that is easily identifiable with the lyrical theme of unrequited love. However, the chorus needs a few more lyrics to encapsulate the core message of the song and to drive home its concept. Having reflected upon this, I decided that essentially a love interest is only calling up for sex now and again, whereas the other person is hanging around, waiting, hoping to see a missed call from them, anything. This made me notice the lyrical twist of Call Me Baby and the deeper needs of the protagonist to be their baby more than a casual relationship. As you can see from the original handwritten notes, the basis of the main hook of the chorus is almost fully formed and resulted in this lyric. Call me baby, all I want from you, all I want from you, be your girl. Call me baby, all I want from you, all I want from you. The line structure of the melody being A-B, A-B. The verses. For this section, I read a blog called How to Write Throat-Grabbing Lyrics. Finn Dyson, 2016. He discusses a couple of techniques for writing better lyrics. An example, power words and specificity. Power words are defined as attention-grabbing lyrics that possess emotion and colour. The emotional aspect, as in the choice of words we might use in a song. For example, like versus adore, hot versus blazing, good versus incredible, hurt versus broken. We immediately react to adore, blazing, incredible, and broken. Finn Dyson, 2016, classes these as power words because they're emotionally charged and get an immediate reaction from the listener. Another aspect of writing is specificity, which he says is big in writing lyrics. He states that it is all about the clarity of the message, not blurring what you're trying to say with bad use of metaphors. I will now exemplify this with a well-known metaphor. A, followed by the first line of my new pop song. B, A, our love faded away. Or B, constantly looking at my phone. In terms of specificity and emotional impact, which is more attention-grabbing? A is perhaps not specific enough to remind the listener of what it's like to fear losing someone special. B, as a pop song, is perhaps specific and relatable, highlighting the emotional difficulties of a breakup. For these purposes, it seems the magic in songwriting is in describing a situation, finding specific objects, behaviours and emotions. Metaphors can be tricky due to a person's interpretation of them. Pre-chorus. Lyrically, this section does not have to be that memorable. Its purpose is to set up the chorus and the main hook. I decided on a repetitive lyrical phrase with some variation. Its fast rhythm creates a sense of forward motion to the chorus. Gotta feel good, baby, feel good, you got me mad. Gotta feel good, baby, feel good, you got me real good. The bridge. This is a contrasting section that uses the core message of the song with a different rhythm and melody. However, it is the lyric, I want you back, I want you back, I want you back, that is the main feature here, sung as a statement of intention, adding further weight to the core message of the song. I want you back, I want you back, I want you back. I want you back, I want you back, I want you back. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want you back, I want you back, I want you back. I want you back, I want you back, I want you back.